When the advancement of technology and the breakthrough of innovation continues to thrive, the invincible connection we once called chemistry, spark, or even destiny has been replaced by an invention that changed the world, the internet. It was created to connect a number of people from different parts of the world. But more importantly, it has become a means to fill in the gaps and cross boundaries to overcome distance and rectify differences. However, the luxury of the freedom of speech and expression social media has offered us alienated us instead of uniting us. There is no denying the fact that politics is one of the favorite topics on the social media that seems to be indispensable. Suddenly, what seems to be a fire that burns to spread the warmth has become a fire that burns to consume. Today's tragedy is no longer being divided by geography. We are beginning to be completely divided because of politics. What made me choose this career is the chance to serve, to make a difference, and to touch the lives of other people. It is not just a job. It is not just a vocation. It is our life. It is my life. I am dismayed that we have become parallel lines, the sun and the moon, the two opposite sides of the coin, or what they say, pilit na hindi pinagtagpo ng tadhana, where one side cannot simply exist with the presence of the other. But I guess I can still say that we are still in the process of learning how to coexist. But despite being politically divided, I guess we all still have something in common. And it is our love for the people. I believe so. Because leading and governing the people without even loving them is impossible. Love does not consist of gazing at each other, but in looking outward together in the same direction. Since today is Valentine's Day, let me ask a cliche, what is love? According to Google, love is an intense feeling of deep affection. From Merriam-Webster, a warm attachment. And from Oxford Dictionary, a strong emotional attachment. But I say to define love is to limit it. They say that there are all kinds of love in this world. The love for your parents, the love for your friends, your neighbors, and love for children. Most of all, the love for the person you choose to spend the rest of your life with. You see, I believe that every single person in the world is capable of love in ways they know how. Moreover, I believe that every single person in this world is meant to be loved without conditions. What he's simply trying to say is to love freely. Love without identifying political affiliation or asking which way is up, because love is all about public service. And public service is all about love. They all say that love is the most powerful thing in the world. It has the power to create, the power to transform, the power to destroy, but more importantly, the power to heal. And to describe love is to multiply it. Sometimes the difference in belief and opinion does not exactly mean that there is only a single truth. For everyone is given the chance to have their personal truth without refuting another. Love is both a responsibility and a privilege. So I say, love fully. They say that love is the universal language of this world, but it is most overstated metaphor in the English dictionary. We often compare it to immovable mountains, deepest oceans, farthest skies, and the vast universe. We live in a world with endless possibilities and limited chances. Whatever is unknown to us may be terrifying, but to fear love is to suppress it. And out of all the things I said, it boils down to ininit tubig. That's a Google line. They all have one thing in common, that love is fueled by humans. To my fellow public servants and to all the Cebuanos, let us all spread the love we are all capable of. Love freely, love fully, love fearlessly. Happy Valentine's Day. So resolve to note this privileged speech. Resolve further to furnish a copy of this privileged speech to the Office of the Mayor, Office of the President, to Presidential Assistant Michael Dino, and Mr. Chair, to my loving wife Audrey, and all of the city. So move in an omnibus manner, Mr. Chair.
There's a motion seconded by Member Poiko. How about furnishing a copy of your privilege speech to all our wives? Because no objection, the motion is carried.
Mr. Chair. Mr. Chairman, my esteemed colleagues of this august chamber, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, maayong hapon. I rise today on a matter of public and collective privilege on an issue that has been putting the city of Cebu on the headlines, both national and local, and for all the wrong reasons. That is our mayor's recent pronouncements against Banco de Oro branches operating within our city. As much as I am pleased to see our mayor strictly regulate businesses operating within the city's jurisdiction, I cannot turn a blind eye to the fact that our mayor's declarations against the 26 Banco de Oro branches in our city has cultivated an atmosphere of fear in the business sector. As one of the fastest growing and developing economies in the country, Cebu City should be an easy choice for investors, a haven for future investments. And yet, with our mayor going after Henry C-owned businesses with such zeal and fervor that can only be mustered by one with a personal vendetta, what signal are we giving the future and potential investors in the city? What do we tell them? Do we tell them to forget about doing business in this city? Or, Mr. Chairman, do we tell them, let's just wait for another mayor? Mr. Chairman, we cannot do something like that. Because if we do, you can just imagine the lost opportunity we will have from earning taxes for our city, for providing employment to our people, and spurring economic activity that will bring a trickle-down effect to the economy. I commend, though, the mayor for standing up for the city and looking into what is due us in taxes from the business sector. But Mr. Chairman, enough is enough. You cannot just take the law into your own hands and threaten businesses with closure without affording these businesses due process of law as guaranteed by our Constitution. The law affords the LGUs ample remedies in the collection of unpaid local taxes. Number one, for example, administrative action through distraint and levy of property, and two, judicial action. Moreover, jurisprudence has always been consistent in declaring that the regulatory powers granted to municipal corporations must always be exercised in accordance with law, with utmost observance of the rights of the people to due process and equal protection of the law. Such power, the Supreme Court said, cannot be exercised whimsically, arbitrarily, or despotically. This is the landmark case of Lake versus Court of Appeals, GR number 11397, August 2 of 2002. I am therefore asking our mayor to just stop the fear-mongering and enforce the rights of the city through the proper channels. Go to the courts, something which the mayor has done. But is it necessary that we make irresponsible threats and statements against these legitimate businesses operating in our city? Can we not just keep mum and let the courts decide on the matter? As it stands, the pronouncements of the mayor not only sends the wrong message to potential investors, but has more than likely caused undue trouble to the Cebuano clients of the bank, who may think that a bank run is inevitable. Mr. Chairman, how about the thousands of BDO Cebuano employees and their families, the common people whose daily needs depend on their jobs? The mayor, Mr. Chairman, projects himself as a lone guardian of the city, going up against the giant corporation. But let me tell you this, Mr. Chairman. The David and Goliath fight ceases to be so when innocent bystanders are dragged into the mess. At which point the distinction bursts and becomes unclear. Mr. Chairman, we should all be the Goliaths to the innocent. We should all stand up for these innocent bystanders. In closing, I would like to emphasize that taxes due to the city should never go unpaid. Whatever tax delinquency BDO has should be paid in full and enforced through, and I cannot stress this enough, the proper channels. The mayor's act of threatening BDO achieves the city nothing that could not be gained through the legal process. With that, Mr. Chair, members of this august body, I move for the following. I move that this privileged speech be noted. Number 2, to express the sense of the Sangguniang Panglungsod, to denounce in strongest terms the threatening statements of the mayor directed towards Bangko de Oro. And number 3, to urge the mayor to observe due process of law in acting on the renewal of the business permits of all banking and financial institutions. And lastly, to give a copy of this privileged speech to the office of the mayor, the DILG, and to the office of the Presidential Assistant for the Visayas. So move, Mr. Chairman, in an omnibus manner.
There's an omnibus motion of Member Garcia, seconded by Member Guar. Discussion.
Discussion, Mr.
Yes,
Chair.
Member Osmeña.
On the resolutions that were proposed by Member Garcia, I have no objections except the second. I cannot denounce the part of that.
There is a reservation of Member Osmeña on the second resolving clause. Member Angeles, please.
Yeah, I also
Chair.
register my vigorous opposition to second resolution clause, denouncing the highest degree the pronouncement of the mayor. That's the prerogative of the mayor. If he believes that taxes, the city government is being cheated by the way of taxes, then the government should stand for the city government of Cebu. So I Chair, because oppose such second resolution.
There's an objection propounded by Member Angeles and Member Osmeña.
Mr. Chair,
Yes,
I
Member
do
De Los
see,
Santos.
Mr. Chair.
Also, Member De Los Santos raised her objection on the second resolving clause on the privilege motion. Also,
I also announce, Mr. Chair.
Member Arcilia, likewise Member Tumula, likewise Member Gabuya Jr. and Member Abella. As much as there are objections raised on the second, with respect only to the second resolving clause on the privilege on the motions of Member Garcia, the chair is constrained to have the House divided.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, Member Osmeña?
May I request Member Garcia to repeat
Yeah, the second.
so that, because if I understand, it's as a Sangguniang Panglungsod.
The use of the word denounce, I think, Member Osmeña.
And yes, that starts with the word announced.
Member
To express the sense of the Sangguniang Panglungsod, to denounce in strongest terms the threatening statements of the mayor directed towards BDO. Mr.
This is
Chair.
on behalf of the whole Sangguniang Panglungsod, the denouncement. I just wanted to make that clear.
Thank you, Member Osmeña. So, considering that there are oppositions raised that were founded, the chair is constrained, of course, to have the House divided. So, as many as are in favor of the second resolving clause with the use of the word denounce, please raise your right hand. Madam Secretary, please count.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Mr. Chair, for us.
7. As many as are against.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, Mr. Chair, for us.
So the second resolving clause is hereby killed. Let's proceed.
We now go to the committee reports. For number 1, we have the Committee on Environment, Energy, Transportation, Communication, and other activities.
Yes,
Chair.
yes, member Cueto.
Inasmuch as Member Valentine has excused himself to attend to the function of his child regarding love again, I will take the modules for him. Let me see. Referred to the committee for comments and recommendation the hearing letter of Attorney Rafael Christopher Yap, OIC Cebu City Transportation Office, requesting for the approval by this august body of the Cebu City Bus Rapid Transit Project proposal. Referred to the Committee on Transportation is a copy of the project proposal, which is duly approved by the Mayor. During the meeting last January 18, 2017, together with the 5 civil engineers and 5 social workers, the committee was able to meet technical support personnel, wherein they submitted their progress report for 2015 and 2016 as endorsed by the SP. DRT is already on its detailed engineering and social impact project phase, which includes the land acquisition and resettlement. They are currently working on land verification. A partiality plan has also been presented during the meeting and is readily available to those who wish to be updated with the DRT project. Thus, the committee proposes no objection and recommends the favorable endorsement of the project proposal to the SP. Recommendations in view of the foregoing, the Committee on Environment, Energy, Transportation, Communication, and other utilities recommends the following. Number 1, resolve to approve this committee report. And number 2, resolve further to authorize the acting secretary of the SP to furnish copies of this committee report to the Office of the Mayor, City Legal Office, and Attorney Rafael Christopher Yap, CCTO, and all of the city for their information and guidance. So moved, Mr. Chairman.
There's an omnibus motion from member Cueto, seconded by member Abel. Discussion. Objection. There being none, the motion is carried.
Next, we have committee reports from the Committee on Laws.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, member Garcia.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Committee report referred to this committee for comments and recommendations as per resolution number 140767/2016 adopted on November 22, 2016 is a proposed ordinance authored by Honorable Jerry Eduardo entitled An Ordinance Providing for Financial Incentives to Athletes and Coaches who achieve high honors in the Olympic Games, Paralympic Games, Asian Games, and SEA Games. Recommendations. In view of the foregoing, the Committee on Laws, Ordinances, and Styling recommends the following. Resolve to approve this committee report. Resolve further to conduct a public hearing on the proposed ordinance, inviting the Cebu City Sports Commission and other parties who may have an interest on the enactment of said ordinance. And resolve finally to authorize the acting secretary to the Sangguniang Panglungsod to post the necessary notices for the conduct of a public hearing. So move, Mr. Chair, in an omnibus manner.
There's a motion of member Garcia, omnibus 1. Seconded by member Cueto. Discussion, objection, there being none, the motion is carried.
Second committee report, Mr. Chair.
Right, please.
Referred to this committee for comments and recommendations as per resolution number 14-1077/2017 adopted on January 24, 2016 is the board resolution number 2017-0104 of the Cebu City Private Sector Organizations Evaluation and Monitoring Board, recommending to the Sangguniang Panglungsod of the City of Cebu the approval of the application for the accreditation of Salud Foundation Incorporated as a non-governmental organization. Recommendation. In view of the foregoing, the Committee on Laws, Ordinances, and Styling recommends the following. Resolve to approve this committee report. and resolve further to urge the city mayor to appoint Honorable Pastor M. Alcover as chairman of the CCPSEOMB pursuant to City Ordinance 1709. Resolve finally to authorize the acting secretary to the Sangguniang Panglungsod to furnish a copy of this report to the Cebu Foundation Incorporated and the CCPSEOMB in the office of the mayor. So move, Mr. Chair, and omnibus manner.
There's an omnibus motion of Member Garcia, seconded by
Mr.
Mr.
Chair, can we have a 2 minutes discussion? Para discussion.
Pardon me? Very good.
2 minutes,
Within its recess.
Yes, I'd like to add in the resolution clause of my recommendations, resolve further to return the resolution to Member Andales for its to take note of the comments of the committee and for the comments of the committee, Mr. Chair. To take note of the comments of the committee. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Seconded by Member Pisquera, discussion, objection, there being none, the motion is carried. Any more committee reports from the members, from the respective chairman?
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Member.
my last committee
Go ahead, please.
Mr. Chair. Referred to this committee for comments and recommendations as per resolution adopted on January 10, 2017 is the letter of Mr. Ali S. Montecillo requesting the City Council for the confirmation or reaffirmation of appointments in connection with the payment of salaries for his daughter, Ms. Sarah B. Montecillo, and also for job order personnel of the defunct Coastal Management Board for the months of April to June 2016. Recommendations. In view of the foregoing, the Committee on Laws, Ordinances, and Styling recommends the following. Resolve to approve this committee report. Resolve further to refer the matter to the HRDO for their proper action. And resolve finally to authorize the Acting Secretary to the Sangguniang Panglungsod to furnish a copy of this report to Mr. Ali Montecillo and the HRDO for their information and guidance. So move, Mr. Chair, in an omnibus manner.
There's another omnibus motion of Member Garcia, seconded by Member Alcover Jr. Discussion, objection, there being none, the motion is carried. Member Twinkle?
We go now to item letter G, completion of the business unfinished during the previous session. Item number 1, we have the proposed resolution of Member Valentine.
In behalf of Member Canela, Mr. Chair, I move to approve.
There's a motion of Member Twinkle, seconded by Member Guard. Discussion, objection, there being none, the motion is carried.
Number 2, proposed resolutions of Member Adalia.
Member
Good
Rebellion?
afternoon, Mr. Chairman. For item A, moving for approval, Mr. Chairman.
There's a motion for approval on item number 2, letter A, seconded by Member De Los Santos. Discussion, Member De Luz.
Approve this, Mr. Chair, considering Mr. Chair, that this affair has already been conducted, and the request for exemption is after this council was already conducted, Mr. Chair. We have not done that so far, Mr. Chair. The request for exemption should be prior to the event, Mr. Chair.
Member Rebellion?
Well, in all honesty, Mr. Chairman, we were requiring that we will finish with all the necessary requirements. But nevertheless, Mr. Chairman, I move to withdraw item A, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Member Rebellion. So there's a motion to withdraw instead of approving. Seconded by Member De Los Santos. Discussion, objection, there being none, the motion is carried.
For item B, Mr. Chairman, moving for its approval.
There's a motion of Member Rebellion on item B, number 2, seconded by Member Tumula. Discussion, objection, there being none, the motion is carried.
Item 3, final deliberation of proposed ordinance of Member Pastor Alcover Jr. entitled, an ordinance banning the use of tinted glass panels in all Cebu City government-owned and issued vehicles.
Member Alcover Jr., please.
Because I am withdrawing this proposed ordinance, but I will introduce this with some amendments, other amendments. Please refer to item number 16.
So there's a motion to withdraw by Member Alcover Jr., seconded by Member Safra. Discussion, objection, there being none, the motion is carried.
Item H, resolutions of this body approved by the mayor from items 1 to 11.
Member Cueto, please.
Yes, Mr. Chair, I move to note item H, number 1 to 11.
There's a motion to note by Member Cueto, seconded by Member Tumula. Discussion, objection, there being none, the motion is carried.
Item I, resolution of this August body deemed approved after the lapse of 10 days from the date it was presented to the city mayor.
Member Cueto.
Mr. Chair, I move to note item I, number 1.
Motion to note by Member Cueto, seconded by Member Tumula. Discussion, objection, there being none, the motion is carried.
Item J, consideration of the present business, we have letters and endorsements from items 1 to 6.
Member Cueto, please.
I move to note letter J, item J, numbers 1 to 6.
There's a motion to note by Member Cuenco on item J, numbers 1 to 6, seconded by Member Pisquera. Discussion, objection, there being none, the motion is carried. Editorial on the motion?
Discussion on item 2, Mr. Chairman.
Corollary motion or discussion?
Corollary motion.
Corollary motion, Member Pisquera.
To support the query of Barangay Captain, right, Chairperson of Barangay Santa Cruz pertaining to the vehicle issued to a councilor in the barangay, Mr. Chairman.
There's a motion of Member Pisquera, seconded by Member Safra. Discussion, Member Osmeña.
Just clarification, Mr. Chair. On reading the letter of the chairperson of Barangay Santa Cruz, it seems that it would appear that she is saying that Councilor Quintana was using the vehicles for private purposes. So wouldn't it be, I'm just questioning,
Yes,
that, wouldn't it be prudent or proper that she direct this to the ombudsman directly, because the use of the vehicle for non-official purposes.
Yes, it could be the proper subject of an inquiry with the office of the ombudsman.
Right.
But in this particular case, I think the request is to remove the sticker that this vehicle is that this vehicle belongs to Barangay Santa Cruz.
So for the purposes of discussion, by removing it, it will make it even easier for him to use the vehicle because it won't have, except for the red plate, of course. But that's why I think those signs are those names are there now on the vehicles.
As a sort of a deterrent. Okay.
Not only that it's a government vehicle, but this is from this used by this barangay. I'm just expressing an opinion, Mr. Chair.
Member Pisquera?
I believe, Mr. Chairman, Member Osmeña is right that if there's really an authorized use of the vehicle, it should also be looked into by the Ombudsman. However, we are not putting words also on the part of the barangay. Maybe they also have that action in mind. But just for this particular, just because they don't want also to be one accused of misuse of the barangay vehicle, that's why the council itself requested that it would be, because the councilor may have other reasons for using it, but then they just don't want that the name of the barangay will be tainted because of an unauthorized action of one person.
But wouldn't that make it easier for him? If there's no name there, it will be easier for him to use it and not have it identified.
Okay, so Member Young, please.
Mr. Chairman, I remember the mayor mentioning this months ago why he's putting these stickers. Is to easily identify the car. So instead of doing this, getting the sticker out, we should put stickers on all barangay cars. Yeah, because, no, wag may ako mga SWAT nga ang barangay. Namaya naman tayo. And the one that's being used now is very large, so we can see the car. So, tanong kayo masaktan. So, you know, we should be more positive about this. Instead, we should pass a resolution ordering that all barangay vehicles have may utag ko, sticker similar to this one. Mali, kung ipatangtang, as Councilor Espina said, ito na maklaro, kaya ang plate number, mali, makalimot.
Thank you, Member
That's
Young.
my personal comment.
Thank you, Member Young. Let's listen from Member Zafra. This is an interesting discussion because, you know, yes, Member Zafra.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I fully supported with the call of the Barangay Council push because for one, in the Pisa, there is that really vehicle. The Martin was Barangay Pisa, but we don't know who is the person being assigned to the vehicle. Maybe one of the suggestion of removing the sticker which is good to city government. And I would like also to request GSO that the barangays will also be provided also a copy of the 3 tickets of these vehicles so that we could also help the city in monitoring the activities of that vehicle assigned to respective governments.
Thank you, Member Zafra. Let's go now to Member Abelia. You will see him.
Well, my thinking, Mr. Chairman, is that it's easier to identify which barangay is using this, especially if it's unauthorized. In fact, we have seen so many posts in the Facebook concerning the alleged unauthorized use of these red plate vehicles. So if there is that name in the barangay, so we can easily spot which of these barangays use their red plate vehicles unauthorized.
Thank you, Member Abelia. Let's go to Member Fiscal.
Mr. Chairman, in the letter, Mr. Chairman, it's just so specific, not really on the entire, like in the entire city, Mr. Chairman, because I noticed that it's very bold the name of the barangay, Mr. Chairman. I do agree that it can easily identify the barangay. But it's just that it's so specific in their letter that it's just that vehicle utilized by Councilor Quintana Jr. because in their belief that it tainted the name of the barangay because of the unauthorized use of Barangay Councilor Quintana, and because of that, it's more on their barangay. The entire council has been like lambasted because of the unauthorized use of the vehicle which was brought to the province, Mr. Chairman.
Member Hernandez.
Yeah, I just want to inquire, is Member Quintana member of the group of Barangay Captain Lim? If not, then this is tainted with political colors in the chair. And moreover, in the letter, it says here, to refrain the public and the constituent from thinking. You cannot refrain the public from what they are thinking. I mean, it's highly preposterous to be asking to approve this resolution because we cannot stop people from thinking what they think of the said vehicle.
Thank you, Member Angeles. Member Delus. Then let's go back to Member Osman.
Mr. Chair, I think the point there is that the barangay vehicle was not turned over to the barangay, but turned over to a member of the council, and he's using Barangay Santa Cruz name in the vehicle. That's not the point there of the barangay captain. If it's turned over to the barangay, then it's okay. But it is just turned over to an individual, a member of the council, and he does not speak of the entire barangay. Just like us, we don't speak for the Sangguniang Panlungsod, each of us. It should be a collegial body. So I think that's the concern of the barangay captain.
Let's hear from Member Osman. Thank you, Member Delus.
Also, in addition to what Member Daluz said, I would think also that really the problem here is that this person Councilor Quintana is using it for his own personal use. And that really should not be done. So, one of the things that perhaps that we can also pass a resolution for here is to ask the GSO to check. And if such, should not to check on that. Although, again, going back, this is really something that should be looked into by the Ombudsman. Because we have read cases where that has happened, and the one who was accused of using a vehicle for non-official purposes was punished.
Thank you.
I think we're just,
Yes.
it's a very simple matter, but it's complicated.
Okay, Member Becerra?
Mr. Chairman, I yield to the suggestion of Member Osmania, and I withdraw my previous resolution, and I yield to her proposal, Mr. Chairman.
What would then be the proposal to, can you register as the main motion to,
Mr. Chair, excuse me.
yes, ma'am.
I did not really propose it. It's just a suggestion, an opinion that this be raised to the office of the Ombudsman by the Barangay Council and Barangay Chairperson.
In other words, it's just a
Yes, sir.
yes, Member Andres?
It has been a sad experience during the previous administration that those barangay captains who were associated with DOPP were given a car. You give it to other persons.
Anyway, it has been settled that I think my Member Becerra is withdrawing her motion to adopt or to approve the request of member of the Barangay Council of Santa Cruz. Any more corollary motion? Any more corollary motions? If there's none, let's proceed. Yes, Member Osmani.
Yes, on 5,
Number 5.
yes, I would move to refer this to the DPS.
Refer that to the DPS, duly seconded by Member DPW.
For the and the DPW, because the
DPS and DPW, duly
Both,
seconded.
yes.
Joint referral, seconded by Member Pisquera. Discussion, objection. There being none, the motion is carried.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, Member Garcia.
On number 6,
Number 6.
pursuant to the favorable recommendation of the Cebu City Zoning Board, I move to resolve to approve the resolution of the Zoning Board interposing no objection to the request of the Dudu and Lui Power Plant to grant the variance from Industrial 1 to Industrial 2, Mr. Chair. So po, Mr. Chair.
There's a motion of Member Garcia, seconded by Member Tumula. Discussion, Member Andales, then Member Osmani.
Well, the board resolution, the zoning board, does not mean that we are approving the land use from industrial 1 to industrial 2. Although they have no adverse opinion as far as the variance is concerned, but they have to follow the provisions of City Ordinance number 1656, where the Nodo must file an application for variance. This doesn't mean that we have the zoning board already approved the variance from industrial 1 to industrial 2. I think that is the tenor of the resolution itself.
Thank you, Member Andales. Member De Luz. Member De Luz.
Yeah, I agree that the rule should apply first. No? This is just an opinion of the zoning board, Mr. Chair. I think we, Member Garcia, resolution should we concur to that opinion because it was the Sangguniang Pangunasan who asked for a report. Now, I received some position paper here, Mr. Chair. In fact, my name was also mentioned. I think there are mistakes here because this is not my personal request. I remember the last session in December, the Sangguniang Pangunasan request the zoning board to report to us on what is their take on the application for a power plant. And it has not been put in the agenda by the zoning board. I reminded the zoning board so that we can put this issue to rest, Mr. Chair. I know we are divided on this. So of course, I also stand with those who are in opposition of this, Mr. Chair. That is why now the zoning board has reported to the Sangguniang that they are not adverse if the Ludo and Luren will apply. And in that application, and it's true, if there's an application, there will be a public hearing. People opposing to this will not be cut off. They will be allowed to air their side also. In fact, if we will be endorsing also this, I am for this power plant, Mr. Chair. If we will be endorsing this, people from the other side will still be allowed to speak during the application for PCC.
Mr. Chair,
That is why I concur with Member Andales, and I also concur with
In other words, the terminology.
We will just concur the report of
Member Garcia, will we get to that?
the zoning board.
To resolve to adopt, because anyway, it is already a statement, resolution coming from the zoning board. We will just adopt, Mr. Chair.
Member Delus III, instead of approve, adopt.
Yes.
Member, yes, Member Osmeña, please.
just to put this in simple, so the zoning board is saying that it is not closing the door.
Exactly.
Is that right? And before that happens, whether you decide to close the door or not, you will listen to all sides.
All sides must be heard. The
All
pros and
sides
cons.
must be heard and
The
follow
public hearing.
what the law says has to be done.
There has to be a series of public
Is
hearings.
that
Of
correct?
course.
Okay, sure.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, go.
As a follow-up, Mr.
Then,
Chair.
Member, let's give the floor to Member Delus and
I'm
let's
a
hear from
zoning
him.
board member because of the ordinance, but for me, I initially, what do you call this, approving this power plant, but I want to listen to the other side. That is why we will have a public hearing. But for now, just seeing the application, a 500 million investment with 1,000 jobs, 200 in Sawang Calero, Mr. Chair. Why do we have to shut this off right away? We want to know from the proponent, we want to listen to the proponent, and we want also to listen to the other side who is opposing it. But let us all speak about it and let us respect our opinion afterwards, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Member Delus. Let's hear from Member Gabuya, then Member Abdelia.
Yes, thank you, Mrs. Chair. Ang akong point, Mrs. Chair, na if we are going to adopt or endorse what the zoning board opinion, it's already tantamount to approving the conversion of one. But I think, yeah, I know it's not because ibaw naman tanga, ibaw na. Pero if you're going to read the opinion that this council has no adverse opposition to the conversion, then the ato i-adapt, so it's tantamount to approving. I think the best action we could do is to just know the opinion of the zoning board until such time that we could have a public hearing. They have already applied for the variance, Mr. Chair. But
Thank you.
the adoption and the concurring of the opinion of the is not yet at this point of time is
Thank you, Member Gabuya. Let's hear from Member Abdelia, then let's move backward to Member Garcia. Member Abdelia first.
Well, Mr. Chairman, same manifestation with Member Cruz. As far as adopting this report, I'm supporting that. I want also to hear both sides when they formally file their application from the Ludo Power Corporation. That's all, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Let's hear from Member Arcilia.
Mr. Chairman, I want to clear that what the zoning board endorsing to the city council is only the land use, industrial 1 to industrial 2. The zoning board did not recommend the approval of this power plant, subject to some requirement, Mr. Chairman. So it's just only from industrial 1 to industrial 2. And as of now, Mr. Chairman, there is no application from the Ludo Power Plant to apply for that particular project, except the basis of the zoning board to come up a report, Mr. Chairman, because of the resolution from the City Council. That's why we come up this report, Mr. Chairman. And finally, Mr. Chairman, as far as I remember, Mr. Chairman, the Luto Power Plant is only asking endorsement of the project to the City Council, from the City Council. That's all, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Member Arcilia. Member Tumulak, is indicated. So,
May I just point out a minor correction
yes,
on the word adverse. I think it should be averse.
adverse,
Not
not adverse, not adverse. So Member Garcia, can you restate the motion?
Resolved, Mr. Chair, to adopt the resolution of the zoning board interposing no objection to the request of the Ludo and Uli Power Plant to grant a variance from Industrial 1 to Industrial 2.
That's the main motion. That's the seconded. Discussion. Objection. There being none, the motion is carried.
Proposed
Mr. Chair,
resolution.
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
May I have a corollary motion, Mr. Chair?
Another corollary motion from Member Dedus.
Before that is a manifestation, Mr. Chair. We want this issue. Now, my resolution is to express the Sangguniang Panguluso's favorable endorsement of the proposed clean coal power plant project in Lulu and
Is that your corollary motion now?
corollary motion, Mr. Chair.
Can you restate? Can you restate? Very
I
clearly.
will explain, Mr.
Oh,
Chair.
okay, please.
To express the Sangguniang Panguluso's favorable endorsement of the proposed clean coal power plant project in Lulu and compound in Sawang Calero, to the DNR and to the other agencies in the government. The Lulu Power Plant, Mr. Chair, needs an endorsement from the council so that they can start the ECC, their application for environmental certificate of compliance. That is a long process, Mr. Chair. And DNR and other agencies will conduct public hearing in the site. So I really want this to continue, Mr. Chair, and we have to air our both sides in that public hearing. For me, Mr. Chair, I'm just silent back, no? With 500 million in Barangay investment, that's around 27 billion investment, Mr. Chair. Although I agree, there are health and other environmental concerns, but we want to hear everybody, Mr. Chair, how legitimate are these issues. So, that cannot proceed without an endorsement from the Sangguniang Panguluso. So, in effect, we are already killing this proposed investment if we will not endorse this to DNR. For DNR now to conduct the necessary public hearing. And in fact, Lulu and Lulu will also apply with the zoning administrator. And if the zoning administrator will deny the application, they go and appeal to the zoning board, wherein the zoning board will conduct a public hearing if it will grant a variance. So there are a lot of procedures to be done. This is my proposal, Mr. Chair.
So that we can proceed with the discussion portion. Member Dennis, can you very briefly state your corollary motion and we'll go further into the discussion of the proposed corollary
The
motion.
resolution, Mr. Chair, is to express the Sangguniang Panguluso's favorable endorsement of the proposed clean coal power plant project in Lulu and compound in Sawang Calero to the DNR and other national agencies for to proceed with the requirements under the law.
Please use the statement. So moved. There's a motion of Member Deluz, seconded. Seconded by Member Abelia. Discussion. Let's roll out the discussion. Member Osmania.
Yes, I understand where Member Daluz is coming from and where he wants to go. I understand that. But my question is, before we favorably endorse or we make a decision, because we did this in the last, in the 13th Pangulunsod, and we listened to all first before we even did that. Now, some things may have changed or maybe there is more information. So would it be possible that we have, as a council, listen first to both sides before we have an endorsement? Is it possible to do that?
Member Deluz.
Mr. Chair.
Okay. You hear. Member Arcilia.
Actually, Mr. Chairman, for me, the process here in City Hall, I will explain, Mr. Chairman. With this project, we endorse this to DNR or any agencies of the government concerned, Mr. Chairman. After the approval, the Ludo power plant will go to the process to the City Hall, submit drawings, development plan, something like that, Mr. Chairman. And then we go also with public hearing. Especially this, Mr. Chairman, the Ludo power plant, they are not qualified to build their plant in that particular area, considering that it's industrial one. So, to convert that land, Mr. Chairman, into industrial two, they need also to come up with another public. When they submit their application to us, Mr. Chairman, I guarantee you, Mr. Chairman, there is always a series of public hearing regarding this matter, Mr. Chairman. And it's up to the city government now to decide about this project, whether to pursue this project or not, Mr. Chairman.
So, Member Arcia, are you in favor of the motion of Member De Luz or you are against?
Actually, Mr. Chairman, endorse does not mean approving. Just only to endorse so that the concerned agency will come up a study, and that is the guide and basis of the Cebu City government for us to approve or to deny the application.
Member De Luz, are you using the word endorse or approve?
Endorse, the end.
Endorse. In other words, so you are not against the use word of endorse.
For me, Mr. Chairman, it's not harm. As what I said, Mr. Chairman, it will come back to us for the process, Mr. Chairman. Development permit and other permit, Mr. Chairman. And I guarantee you, Mr. Chairman, another public hearing. So that's the time the City Council can deny, can act on their application.
There will be a long process, a series of public hearings. Is that what you mean, Member Arcia?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
For me, Mr. Chairman, the basis of denial of the application, Mr. Chairman, that is subject to the report coming from the concerned government agencies regarding this power plant, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Member Arcia. Let's hear from Member De Los Santos. This will be her first time.
I would like to ask, what is Member De Luz endorsing? The land use or from variance 1 to variance 2 or the coal plant itself?
The coal plant, Mr. Chair. We are endorsing this project, but we are not saying that it is already completed. But if ako kung ipatso, Mr. Chair, karoon na yun, kita mo endorse. Iwahin mo na.
The endorsement will pave the way for a
Well, pave the way for all the
hearings.
requirements.
It will come back again to the city council for a final approval after all the requirements are completed.
Correct.
So that's the long and short of it.
Thank you, Member Cuenco. Let's hear from Member Gabuya.
The purpose of
Go ahead, please.
the purpose of tolerant motion, Mr. Chairman, should be germane to the main motion, Mr. Chairman. And the motion of Member Carlos is out of topic already because what is the request is for the conversion from 1 to 2. And now he is proposing a tolerant motion to endorse the power plant code. And in fact, they are not even applying yet, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Member Gabuya. Who's that? Yes, Member Andres.
Yeah, I believe the plenary motion of Member Dalus is premature yet. As was stated by Member Gabuya, we're still in the conversion of the land use from industrial 1 to industrial 2. And there is application there for coal plant in that area. So I would say that to approve the endorsement would be premature as far as the City Council is concerned. So I would request the proponent just to withdraw it after such time that will be the proper stage where we can endorse with all the requirements have been complied with.
Thank you, Member Andres. Let's go to Member Tumulak. I think I raised your right hand. Yeah, another corollary motion. Yes, Member Osmania.
On the proposed resolution of Member Latus, that would be based on a request from Luin. No, but I was asking if there's already a formal request to this particular Sangguniang for that power plant. Because there was a request on the to the 13th. But on the 14th, was there a formal request?
This is what happened, Mr. Chair. There was a proposed resolution of Member Tumula, which we deliberated last year, December. That was the last session of the Sanggunian. And the action of the Sanggunian was to refer this to the zoning board for a report on the application of Ludo and Luel. And this is now the report of the zoning board. Now, as to the statement of Member Gabuya that this is premature, it's not premature. This resolution is very related to the first one, Mr. Chair. Why? Because the ultimate goal of converting from Industrial 1 to Industrial 2 is the power plant. That's the ultimate goal.
Thank you. Yes, Member Cueto.
I answered the previous question.
There's a motion for a previous question to settle this. We have heard enough of this since 13 Sanggunian. Seconded? Seconded by Member Celia. Discussion of this. There being none, the motion is carried. Let's have the House divided. As many as are in favor of the motion of Member Dalus, raise your right hand, please.
Can I ask Member Dalus to repeat the...
Yes, Member Dalus.
Yeah, thank you. To express Sangguniang Panglunsod's endorsement, favorable endorsement of the proposed clean coal power plant project in Ludo and Luel compound in Salon Calero to the DNR and other national agencies.
So as many as are in favor of the motion of Member Dalus, please raise your right hand. Madam Secretary, please call the roll. And if you so desire, please make your vote as subject to your explanation. Because we have heard enough, you know. So whether you vote for or against, make your explanation, if you so desire. So please count, Madam Secretary.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 votes, Mr. Chair.
9 votes are in favor. How many are against?
We have 1, 2, 3.
Can I
One.
explain my vote?
Yes, please explain your vote, Member Gabuya.
I am
Against.
Mr. Chair, I raise the point of order, Mr. Chair, because having a plurality like this that is not germane to the main motion is parliamentary incorrect, Mr. Chair. Member Dalu said that this is related. If you are going to convert commercial one to commercial, it's not only the construction of coal power plant, it's all other construction, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Member Gabuya Jr. Any more explanation?
May I explain?
Yes, Member Rosmania.
I remain to be consistent to how I voted in the last Sanggunian, Mr. Chair. And also, I'm still quite confused on where this endorsement will lead us, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Member Rosmania. Please take note of the
Can
observations.
I explain also my abstention?
Yes, please. So Member Arcilla is abstaining and he will explain his abstention. Madam Secretary, please take note of the respective manifestations.
Yes, Mr. Chair, by the way,
Yes.
those in favor are 10, Mr. Chair.
And how many are against?
We have 5, Mr. Chair.
5. So let's hear from Member Arcilla's abstention.
Actually, Mr. Chairman, I abstain because the same reason with Member Osmeña, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, so abstention. So how many are in favor?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
abstain I vote.
Yes. What is the main explanation?
Because I don't know what we're voting for, because as mentioned, there's no application from the court not yet. But on the other hand, I would like this to proceed because I think we need to listen more to the public.
Thank you, Member.
So I just let them abstain.
So how many are in favor?
We have 10 members who are in favor, Mr. Chair.
Against?
5 are against and 1 abstention, Mr. Chair.
2.
2 abstentions, Mr. Chair.
5 and 2.
2, 4, and 2. 10, 4, and 2.
10
are in
in
favor, 4 are against, and 2 abstentions, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Chair.
I am against,
Yes,
yes, I am against the plural motion made by Member Dalus. First thing, there's application here to have a coal plant in the area. What we are tackling now is the conversion of the land use from industrial 1 to industrial 2. And there is no approval yet because there is no application to that effect. So the zoning board and to express our support in endorsing is too premature as far as I am concerned.
Thank you, Member Idris.
I am against.
10 in favor,
Mr. Chair,
Mr. Chair.
Yes, member.
I vote no. Simply because I am consistent in the past, and secondly, the reason why I asked as to what is member Lalu's endorsement. So I was expecting that this endorsement is all about the land use from variance 1 to variance 2. Since this endorsement is practically all about the coal power plant, which for me has not gone through yet the process of number 1, as have been discussed already, the application, and secondly, I believe that public hearing should be done first prior to any endorsement. So,
Thank you, member.
thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Member Tumula?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Councilor Liu says that this project will be endorsed to hear both sides. That's the reason why, Mr. Chair, pabor ko kay mas maayo ba na matuwag na to ang tanan ng mga residente and also involves. So, mas maayo na i-refer dito sa proper government agency.
Thank you. So, Secretary, again, please tell us how the council voted on this issue.
We have 10 members who are in favor, 4 are against, and 2 abstentions, Mr. Chair.
With 10 in favor, 4 against, 2 abstention. The motion of member Lalu is hereby carried.
Corollary motion.
Corollary motion.
To request the Lulu company to file an application to the Cebu City Zoning Board.
Corollary motion of member Tumula to request Ludo to submit an application to the city. Discussion. Seconded. Is there any second? Seconded by member Zafra. Discussion.
I think it's not us to ask Ludo to apply to Cebu Zoning Board. It's for them to apply, Mr. Chair.
Yes, member Tumula. Just have this. Madam Secretary.
Next, we have the proposed resolutions, ordinances sponsored by the following city councilors. Item number 7, proposed resolutions of Member Osmeña.
Member Osmeña.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move for the omnibus approval of items A to E, Mr. Chair.
There's an omnibus motion of member Osmeña. Seconded by member Pisquera. Discussion. Objection. There being none, the motion of member Osmeña is hereby carried.
Item 8, proposed resolutions of Member Pascara.
Member Pisquera.
Item B together with member Bardo, item B together with member Cuenco, item E together with member Garcia. With that, Mr. Chairman, moving for its approval, items A to F in an omnibus manner.
There's an omnibus motion of member Pisquera together with the other members of the council as spelled out by her, duly seconded by member Garcia. Discussion. Objection. There being none, the motion is carried.
Number 9, proposed resolutions of Member Andales.
Member Andales, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move for omnibus approval from letter A to H. Mr. Chair.
There's an omnibus motion of member Andales from A, number 9, letter A until H. Am I correct, member Andales?
Yes.
H. Is there any second? Seconded by member Gabuya Jr. Discussion. Discussion, member Cuenco, on what particular item, member
So
Cuenco?
on I beg for the indulgence of member Andales, but I would like to refer items A, B, C, and D to the Committee on Social Services and the Committee on Laws. Joint referral.
Member Andales, Gabuya, referral.
I
Joint
have
referral.
no objection.
Thank you, member Andales. So referral, joint referral to the Committee on Laws and Social Services.
Letter I, Mr. Chair, move to withdraw.
On letter I, there's a motion to withdraw, seconded by member Delus. Discussion, objection, there being none, the motion is carried. Withdraw. This is withdraw. Letter I. I.
Can we discuss the memorandum, Mr. Chair, which is item G and H?
No, it hasn't been moved yet. Are you waiting?
They already moved.
Only was motion up today. So discussion on G and H.
Yeah, just on the reading, browsing on the attachment of item, first is item G, which is 9 million. This was approval of the council during December, Mr. Chair. It does not need any memorandum as according to the PR and the PO. The terms of conditions stated in that PR and PO did not require any memorandum of agreement from the council.
Well, as far as the COA is concerned, at least in the memorandum, that's why Mayor Kami is very strict on following the observation of COA. And the accounting also will not release unless there will be more to the effect.
Okay. May I suggest, Mr. Chair, that we just copy from the back what is in the PRTO in the memorandum of agreement, because as I understand, a memorandum of agreement is a forerunner. The services will not begin if the memorandum is not approved, is not signed by both parties, because this is a guide, Mr. Chair. Now, the effect here is that we are now giving authority to a memorandum which has the provision has already been complied, because this is from December and this is from January. Memorandum should be prior to the implementation of the service.
Yes, yeah, because of the urgency at the time. We wanted the council approve the request because of the urgency, because Christmas time and the lot of garbage dumped at the SRP.
In other words, you are not objecting to the...
I'm just awkward thing, Mr. Chair, because they have 1 month to submit the memorandum to us. Why is it only now?
Mr. Chair, may I?
Yes, let's hear from Member Osmeña, the member Pesquera.
Yes, I understand our member Daluz again is trying to say is that it in fact is making it easier, because based on the what we had passed, we had approved the resolutions with the specific TOR that would suffice, because we had approved both, the emergency purchase, the service providers. But the accounting department would not process the payment unless a MOA was done. And that's why I just wanted to explain that yes, you're right. Member Daluz is right. The MOA should have come before that. But in the nature of the transactions, the two transactions themselves, because they were emergency, we were of the same. I think we shared the same sentiment that the approved resolutions would suffice. But the accounting department was very strict. That's why it's the other way around now.
Putting the cart before the horse.
Yes, Mr.
So to
Chair.
speak. Okay, yes, Member Daluz.
I will conform with that, Mr. Chair. I will just copy verbatim, because I've read the memorandum of agreement. It does not conform to what has been the PR and PO as laid down. There are some which are not in conformity with the PR.
So let's hear from Member Pesquera.
Mr. Chairman, I believe, Mr. Chairman, that the purchase order is already a contract by itself. And if we will approve a memorandum of agreement to approve a purchase order, Mr. Chairman, in effect, we will require the GSO to submit to the City Council all purchase requests and purchase orders and to have it approved by the City Council. In effect, Mr. Chairman, the City Council is already encroaching on the function of the mayor or the executive on implementing programs for the city, Mr. Chairman. So if we will approve this, then we will require all the purchase orders, like even for mere paper, purchase of paper to be submitted to the council for approval, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
without disagreeing with Member Pesquera, she's right. If we approve this, it may follow that. But the difference is that in these two particular transactions, these were not authorized previous budgetary appropriations approved. They were emergency purchases. That's why they were not specific in the approved budget for 2016.
So that if it were included in the budgetary allocation, purchase order will be sufficient,
Yes.
even without the memorandum.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Member President.
Mr. Chairman, I believe that the appropriation wording is already very specific that it is for garbage collection. Okay, so in fact, they have utilized that amount because, in fact, early this year, they had already bid out using the appropriation for garbage collection for the entire, like about 55,000 tons because the budget wording is for that program, Mr. Chairman. So with that, we have to just be consistent that it does not require the council to approve memorandum of agreement based on there's already a purchase order.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, member.
these two were not using the budget for this year. In fact, there was a realignment so that they could be able to purchase the services of a provider of the hauler. So it's a different kind of transaction altogether. The 55,000 tons that GSP is for 2017 and is going to be charged against the approved budget. It's very specific. I think 70 plus, whatever, I forget. But anyway, the very specific but approved budget appropriation. But anyway, this is already a service that has been done, rendered. Yes, it followed what we had approved earlier in the two special sessions that were, I think at least one special session that was for. But it's really a formality of what was already done.
2 minutes, recess, please.
Mr. Chair, I would suggest that we will approve this subject to the revised MOA, Mr. Chairman, that will incorporate nothing else, what was in the PO and the PR, so that we can be consistent. And the bidder also, the service provider will be protected because that's it. That's my.
I have no objection to that request.
So, can you state for the record? Can you state for the record?
Yeah. To authorize the mayor.
Some political area.
Can anybody help this representation? Okay. To embody it, to incorporate, embody the terms and conditions as laid down in the PRBPO to a memorandum agreement that will be signed by the mayor. And that's all, no additional provision.
Nevertheless,
Would yield to that.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, it is discussion.
I will register my abstention, Mr. Chairman,
So,
because I will stick on my.
With one abstention, the motion of member Angeles as amended is hereby carried. Go ahead, please.
And letter J in the chair, moving for its approval.
This motion for approval on letter
Second.
seconded by member Pesquera. Discussion, objection, there being none, the motion is carried.
Item 10, proposed resolutions by Member Eduardo.
Member Pato,
Moving for approval on item A, Mr. Chair.
There's a motion for approval on item A, seconded by member Zapra. Discussion, objection.
Mr. Chair.
Discussion? Yes, member Tatsingo.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As I expected, program of work and estimate, Mr. Chairman, there is no sign of architect Julieta Bipang.
No signature.
The OIC of the city engineer of Sipa Ilana. So therefore, Mr. Chairman, if we are going to approve this resolution, Mr. Chairman, does it mean that we are going to waive the two signatories of the program of work and estimate?
Chairman,
Member Guadalupe or member Abella?
I would just like to ask Mr. Chairman, do the council usually approve the program of works and estimates? This is already a COE, Mr. Chairman. Usually we request for the preparation of a COE, but not the approval of program of works and estimates. So,
Member Pesquera?
Yeah, I would like to suggest to Member Guardo to, instead of approving the program of works, we will have it referred to the DPW for appropriate action.
Thank you, Member Pesquera, Member Guardo, Member Arcilia, Member
Chairman.
referral to the DPW. Yes.
Why are we referring back to the people who made this code?
What,
You know, there's a lot of people dying in paper.
I agree.
As pointed out by Member Arcilia, there are no signatures now. There are no signatures.
I really don't know, but you know, we're doing a lot of things. This is not done. We waste our time, we discuss it, and
So
we later.
then the suggestion of the council, because
No, I'm just-
just have this withdrawn perhaps, just withdrawn. Okay, withdrawn.
With minor amendments, item B, Mr. Chair,
On item B,
requesting the Department of Engineering Public Works and the City of Padilla to submit a monthly report before the council. Monthly accomplishment report, Mr. Chair.
there's a motion of Member Guardo, seconded by Member Sapra. Discussion, objection, there being none, the motion is.
Item 11, proposed resolutions of members Andales and Tumula.
Members Andales.
Together with Member Tumulak, the chair, moving to Congress approval, letter A up to F.
There's an omnibus motion of Member Andales, together with Member Kumula, seconded by Member Abelia. Discussion, objection, there being none, the motion is carried.
Number 12, proposed resolution of member Gabuya Jr.
Member Gabuya. There's a motion of Member Gabuya Jr., seconded by Member Arcilia. Discussion, objection, there being none, the motion is carried.
Number 13, proposed ordinance of member Tumula.
Member Tumula,
Refer to Committee on Laws.
referral to the Committee on Laws, seconded by Member Osmeña. Discussion, objection, there being none, the motion is carried.
Item 14, proposed resolution of member De Los Santos.
Member De Los Santos, please.
Number 14, Mr. Chair, will be
Number 2. So moved. There's a motion of Member De Los Santos, seconded by Member Pesquera. Discussion.
Is
Yes.
that being withdrawn, Mr. Chair?
This
We don't approve, move to approve.
discussion or no more objection?
No, I'm not objecting, Mr. Chair. I'm not really objecting because it's very difficult to pass the lines, especially second measure.
Second. Yeah, from San Carlos.
My point on there is that the registration of voter, which is a requirement for one who is entitled, she just registered his just 1 month ago, last week. So my interpretation of the law, Mr. Chair, is that you are entitled to this award if at the time you pass the bar, you are a registered voter. So that requirement should be already present at the time, so that she can be entitled. Although can we have another budget for this that we can give her, not under this ordinance, because I think it will not comply with the ordinance because her registration as a voter was just done last week. So it would be, I think it would be subject for abuse if we allow that kind of.
Mrs. Chair, I think we have to check on the ordinance if the registration on vote is required on this, Mrs. Chair. Because I remember, Mrs. Chair, as long as you are studying here in Cebu City, you are...
Is being a qualified voter a condition?
Yes. A qualified voter of the city is a requirement.
Before one can avail this privilege.
But I would understand that a requirement should be present at the time that you receive the result.
When did she become a registered voter?
Just a week ago.
Mr. Chairman, I believe she's not even a registered voter for now. She applied as a for registration only on February 8, 2017. So, in effect, as of today, she's not yet a registered voter.
Chairman, may I ask what is her address? Is she from Cebu City?
Yes, there's another question from Member
Is she
Liang.
from Cebu City?
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
she's from Guadalupe.
She's from Guadalupe. So,
Mr. Chair,
yes, Member.
I think the ordinance states that must be a registered voter of Cebu City. It's silent, however, on when. No, but if you if you go by the interpretation of Honorable Galuz, which I also share, I think that his statement should stand. Because in an instance like this, for example, if you have people residing or students residing in Manila or Davao or wherever it is, who tap the bar and then decide that, in Cebu City, naman they award, they fly here, they register, they can get their prize. So I think this should really be looked into so that we will not have any abuses in the future, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, member.
Yeah, in continuation of that one, it's not enough that they were registered voters. You should look at the infrastructure. High school nila, for example, and college. So, you should look into that. Well, the law needs to be amended, no? We cannot decide it out. We're just washing out the opinion.
Mr. Chair, there is a question of the legality. Just refer this to the Committee on Laws.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to suggest that considering that it's so specific, the eligibility of the incentive, Mr. Chairman, so maybe any of the members would want to expand or elaborate later on the qualification for the incentive, then an mandatory ordinance be submitted, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, member.
Well, when we passed this ordinance, Mr. Chairman, we were thinking, Mr. Chairman, that anybody can qualify with this ordinance as long as he will be a registered voter in Cebu City. So he may finish his degree outside Cebu City as long as he is a registered voter.
But for record, Mr. Chairman, she is not yet a registered voter. She applied for registration, and it's still up for approval by COMELEC, her application for registration. So as of today, she is not a registered voter.
Mr. Chair, with all these discussions, no, apparently she is worthy of receiving commendation from the city, although she does not qualify under the present ordinance. Perhaps there was a suggestion made. That although we have not cleared this yet with the executive office, that we can approve this under the discretionary funds. Particularly that she's from Guadalupe. So,
just amend the account number.
commending her, yes.
Yes, member. Yeah, commended, and then let's look for an account where she could.
The discretionary fund, Mr. Chair.
So there's something amended.
I think there will be two resolutions. One is to comment.
First one,
Second is
yes.
to urge the mayor to provide for assistance under this, to provide assistance of 50,000.
Mr. Chairman, there was already a resolution commending her. It's even attached to the records, Mr. Chairman, the resolution, and that's precisely why it gave her the, what you call this, the courage to ask the council to be able to get the incentive, Mr. Chairman.
Requesting the honorable mayor to grant incentive.
Under the discretionary fund of the mayor.
Seconded, member Abuya Jr. Discussion.
For other fund, Mr. For
Yes.
other funds.
Discussion, objection, there being none, motion is carried.
Number 15, proposed resolutions of Member Arcilla.
Member Arcilla, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Move to approve Mr. Chairman on omnibus matter.
There's an omnibus motion on member
Item A
Arcilla.
to letter H, Mr. Chairman.
Omnibus motion on member Arcilla on item 15A until H. Seconded by member Pisquera. Discussion, objection, there being none, the motion is carried.
Item 16, proposed ordinance of Member Alcover Jr. entitled, an ordinance banning the use of tinted powers in all red plate vehicles owned and issued by the city government.
Member Arthur Jr.
Yes, Mr. Chair, I'd like to refer this to the rules of the chair.
There's a motion of Member Alcover, seconded by Member Fisquera, to refer to the Committee of Laws. Discussion, objection, there being none, the motion is carried. There's a motion to suspend House rules by Member Cuenco, seconded by Member Cuadro. Discussion, objection, there being none, the motion is carried. Member Cuadro, what is your resolution?
I'll just proceed with the resolution.
Go ahead, Member Cuadro.
Resolve as it is hereby resolved to express our deepest sympathy to the victims, particularly to the families of the casualties who perished in the recent earthquake in Surigao City. Resolve further to urge the Office of the Honorable Mayor Tomas Osmeña to send a team to conduct a post-disaster needs assessment through our Cebu City Disaster Risk Reduction Management Office and furnish report to this August body. 3. Resolve furthermore to extend financial assistance to the local government unit of Surigao City in the amount to be determined later by the Honorable Mayor. And resolve finally to direct the Sangguniang Pangungsod Secretary to furnish copies of this approved resolution to the Office of the City Mayor, CDRRMO, and Surigao City.
There's a motion of Member Guardo, seconded by Member Abella. Discussion, objection, there being none. Discussion.
Just added information, Mr. Chair.
Discussion, yes. Go ahead, Mr. Osmeña.
I would just like to inform Member Guardo and the body that Nigel Banasha is already in Surigao, has been sent there in spite of having just arrived last night from Kaohsiung. So he's already there assessing the damage and whatever with the assistance that he can do.
Thank you, Member Osmeña. Discussion, objection, there being none, the motion is carried.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, Member Cuenco.
Yes, this is for the Carter Day Award. I just read the award, the nomination for outstanding institution. Number 1, Cebu K9 Crowd Control Volunteers. And number 2, Cebu Kiwanis Club International. There are only 2 nominees for the outstanding institution. Award is for the outstanding individual. There are 3. Dr. Carlito L. Astillero. Number 2, Ate G. Quezon. And number 3, Jeannie R. Morel. And for the posthumous award, there is 1, Emeterio Leison Supaco. Whereas Section 3 of the aforesaid ordinance provides that the selection of the champ shall be recommendatory in nature and this shall be subject to the approval of the Sangguniang Pangungsod and the City Mayor. Therefore, the Sangguniang Pangungsod resolved to approve the list of the awardees for outstanding institutions, outstanding individuals, and posthumous awardee for the 80th Charter Day celebration of Cebu City, as recommended by the CHAC during its meeting held on February 13, 2017 at the office of CHAC. This will further authorize the acting secretary to the Sangguniang of the City of Cebu to furnish copies of this resolution to the Honorable Tomas Osmeña, Vice Mayor Edgardo Cintodelia, and the office of CHAC for their information and guidance.
There's a motion of Member Cuenco, seconded by Member Garcia. Discussion, objection.
Mr. Chair,
Discussion.
just question. Some of them are known to us, but the others are not. And we would like to find out why. Why are they awarded? Because normally there is an attachment on the resolution on the reasons why these people or these institutions are being nominated. I'm not questioning, but like for example, the K9, K9. No, maybe we can. I have no objections. I just want to know why.
There's no objection.
Mr. Chairman, are there registered voters, Mr. Chairman?
There being objection, the motion of Member Cuenco is hereby carried. Okay. Adjourn.
So, this one, happy Valentine's, but if you have time tonight, before